So I'm going to call the meeting to order. And everybody's here. There's no regrets for tonight. At this time, we're going to pause to seek guidance. I'm now going to read the mission statement. To provide, promote, or facilitate municipal services that meet the community needs while preserving, supporting, and enhancing quality of life for all. We've got the agenda before us. Is there any additions or deletions?
I'd like to add some recommendation under standing committee items for heritage. There's some paperwork here on your desk.
I'd also like to remove something. I didn't get the letter in time. I'll just bring it to next week's meeting from the ferry fees. There's been a letter written and signed by the 3 villages in regards to ferry fees. As you know, I know Councillor Ross wouldn't like it if it costs $14 to go to Barton, and I don't like it if that costs $14 to go to Westport. So I'll just push it on until next week because I would like to read the letter itself. And maybe we could even take a little different angle on our letter because I've heard some stuff via TIR that they don't like on their end.
So which meeting would you like us to come to?
The next bylaw policy.
Monday, next Monday?
Yes, please. I'm getting a copy of the letter tomorrow, so this way I'll be able to go out in everybody's packages. I just want to get in before the budget season's full flung up in Halifax.
Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. There's no delegations or presentations tonight, so we'll go on to the approval of the minutes for February the 25th.
I move approval.
To the seconder.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Unfinished business from the minutes of February 25th. Anybody have anything they want to bring up? Hearing none, we're going to move into the CEO report. You've got the meeting reminders for goes right till May the 27th. Is there any conflicts?
Looks good.
We're going to go now to the action items of previous meetings. Oh, the fireworks regulations. We received confirmation from the minister's office that our letter's been received. Okay. Action items from the, updates on capital projects for 2018-2019. Any questions? It's coming to a close for this year.
I think all capital work for those 6 days done.
Yeah. You get the financial reports. Can I have approval of February 2019 payables of $354,404.12?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Income and payables expense report for February 2019. Can I have a motion to accept?
I move to accept the expenses report for February 29th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Strategic priorities items. Update on the strategic priorities work plan. You've had a chance to review it in your package. Is there any questions?
I'm liking it.
Okay.
I mean, we're rocking along. It does. It looks good. I like this method. It's nice to have something you can look at and go, yeah, no. One glance on one document. Everything we got done.
Okay. Now, we're going to move down to the standing committees items, the bylaw and policy. The first is to recommend to council to enter into administrative services contract with Dr. Curtis. You have a motion?
Do we an administrative service contract with Dr. Fruit.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The next is to recommend to council to enter into an IT services contract from March 8th, 2019 to March the 31st, 2020 with Norm Levesque.
I move that council enters into an IT services contract from March 8th, 2019 to March 31st, 2020 with Norman Levesque.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next is to recommend to council to accept the new salary scales as presented.
I move that council accepts the new salary scales as presented. We don't have presented.
Second it.
Okay. The only thing that clarity to that wasn't all scales, that was just the ones that were given to
The council had to approve the new salary scales.
Right.
For that were
For
reviewed
four.
during the bylaw process.
That's right. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. The next thing is heritage and,
Motion for the.
oh, okay, I didn't see it on here. The next is to submit a booth to the Dalhousie Doctor Recruitment Job Fair in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. And that's gonna be in September. And September, isn't it?
I think so.
And to ask the town of Digby and the Digby and Area Charitable Health Foundation if they are interested in cost sharing.
Just to let you know, if you ever need scalps or lobsters for any of these, I've been talking to a couple people, but I have scalps and lobsters for doctors.
Motion to submit a booth in the Dalhousie Doctor Recruitment Job Fair in St. Andrews, New Brunswick, and to ask the town of Digby and the Digby and Area Charitable Health Foundation if they are interested in cost sharing.
Seconded.
Okay. Just to let you know, I've spoken to the chair of the foundation and mentioned this to him. I haven't spoken to the town yet, but all in favor?
Is the foundation in favor, or they?
They're gonna let us know. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, there it is. I'll put heritage bucket.
Yarmouth Hospital Foundation.
We have a hospital foundation.
We do the Digby Hospital. But we support them.
Okay. The heritage piece is gonna be on the advisory committee minutes and reports under email, so that's where it should fit in, it's an advisory committee.
Oh, okay. So then,
Okay. Okay, you've got business items. The first one is a request from the Yarmouth Hospital Foundation to consider putting helping to support this initiative.
It's wonderful what they're doing, but we don't always tend to support our own local hospital foundation mostly. Isn't that more of a fit for our area? Like, I support what they're doing and I'm very happy and glad to see that they're, supporting their hospital foundation, but we support our hospital foundation. It's just sort of my thoughts. Like, I definitely like what they're doing, but we have our own.
I agree with you.
well, in the package, we can support our own. I think we should support Yarmouth because they are a regional hospital. When you do get very sick, they are the bigger hospital to go to. They are raising for different equipment that Digby doesn't have. It's only an hour's drive. It's better than going to Halifax.
2 hours. Hours.
Half an hour by boat.
That's right, 45 minutes by boat.
I tend to agree to help them out. I would also like to maybe reach out to the charitable or send something to Yarmouth with our charitable committee to see if they want to help ours.
That wouldn't happen.
How do you feel about
I agree fully with David.
I'm always uncomfortable with galas anyway, just like I was uncomfortable when we used to go to golf tournaments. So that was a little of that as well.
Do we have to do the 1,200? Can we make just a donation to the foundation?
Trying to bring it up here.
$200.
Or $500-600 instead of the 12,000 for the table.
You know what it is? It's very nice, and it's nice to be dressed up.
But you know what? You have a health foundation that's gonna be doing the same thing on $100 tickets here. And I'm
Which we won't
sorry,
support.
I'm sorry, but for me, the Yarmouth Health Foundation, I don't agree with, of any help at all for it. If we're gonna do any, it should be for our own up here. That foundation, has a lot more avenues of having money, and they make a lot of money at that.
But they need a lot of money too, I mean.
Well, I think they got 2 councils down there.
I'd be in favor of half that, like, just as a donation to the foundation, instead of, table.
Does anyone want to toss out a motion?
Well, do they do another event? Do they do any other fundraisers throughout the year?
Yes, they do.
We do radio.
What's it called?
So they do the radio, they, will have other, different kinds of fundraisers all through the year. Like, their constant fundraising, just look at, foundation.
I agree, I agree too that,
We spent a lot on healthcare.
well, no, I was gonna say they do play an integral role to the healthcare for this region. They do. But that's why I asked if they had any other events where we,
They do, but I
Do
can
they have
tell
a-
you,
do they have
Kensal
a-
does just as much or more than what Yarmouth does for this region. So, should we be doing Kensal?
we never got asked by Kenville.
Well, we
but-
have been in the past, and we've said no.
I don't remember, but anyway, split right now, and I'll leave it that way for now. I think though that I'd support it, and if I decide to go, I'll buy my own ticket. So, but, I do see the value and importance of what they're doing down in Yarmouth, because I know that it really shows, I've seen what it's done for people in my life.
Well, how about $250?
Well,
As just keeping the lines of cooperation open.
It's not gonna matter.
I find things are symbolic, us helping each other here and there. I find things are, like for example, it's definitely symbolic that we helped the garden in Annapolis. We sent a couple $100. It's not a huge amount, but it is it's more about working together than the actual amount that, they're open to the concept.
Really, what they're asking for is to support their dinner. And so I don't think it'd be appropriate just to say, okay, we're gonna give you $200, but, or $400 or whatever. But if they have another event throughout the year that sort of like, if they had a golf tournament, we wanted to sponsor a hole
And
like
they
we've
do.
done.
They have, 1 or 2 golf tournaments.
Let's see, we could sponsor a hole or something like that, like we've done for other groups to show support. Okay, the next thing on the agenda was the Westport Community Grant Request.
Yep, we talked about working together with our fellow units, no, not necessarily our, yeah, garbage is one of our things, and they wanna know if we can go splits on it, they've been working hard on,
You want to make a motion to
Yep. I move
refer
that
this
this
to
go
council?
pardon?
Refer to our budget process?
I move that the request from Westport Village be referred to the budget office, budget process.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, approved.
Thank you.
The next is the Digby Choral Federation.
I move that the request of the Digby Choral Federation go to the budget process.
Seconder?
Second.
Question, you have a question?
Well, is this the high seas?
Yes, it is.
So this event happens in May, so usually council does provide for 200, whatever it was,
They're asking for 500.
500. I mean, we can look at it on Monday, we can add that to the request and look at it, one of our first ones on Monday, we can make sure that is to be done.
That
That
sounds good,
event is in May.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next is the Digby Area Health Services Charitable Foundation, and this is
I
for,
can't remember what this one was, I read
this is
it.
for their
Oh,
dinner.
yeah. What is
And
the
the-
BiPAP machine? I don't know.
Huh?
What is the BiPAP machine?
It's for breathing.
Breathing? Is that would that be something like what my friend Dave had in the last few days when his lungs were given out? Is that what that is?
I don't know what Dave had.
Breathe for you, or something like that?
Well, it helps you.
So I motion to approve, $800 towards the,
Whoa,
they want,
The
$100.
table's $800.
So in other words, they want us to attend.
I think we should. I don't know if we've ever attended anything like this as a force,
Well-
but you certainly maybe should. Especially when things are going.
Nancy, I certainly support this one, for the simple reason, our health foundation is working, keeping the, building across there open, and it's also, most of the equipment the same as the ladies auxiliary. Yeah, I'm actually in favor of this.
Do you want to second the motion?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, questions, any?
I'll know.
All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Approved.
When is it, by the way?
We're all going. Linda Fraser and Jeff are gonna make you too, Pat. That has sits next to me though.
Okay, we'd like to know right away, hopefully everybody can attend. It's April the 27th. It's at 6 o'clock. So Linda, is this something you'll go to?
I'm just gonna check my calendar. Matthew just saying he can't attend. and
can't?
I can, I'm in the city.
Okay.
I wanted to go.
6 p.m. the 27th.
Of April.
Saturday, April 27th.
And where is it, Ian?
Have to take the dinner.
6 o'clock.
Yes, I can attend.
Okay. What I thought that we could do this year is where we're buying a table and we have some empty seats. I'd like to invite some of our doctors to go, like Dr. Black and his wife, and Dr. Curtis and his wife, if we have this room at the table.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Okay?
Yeah.
So as soon as you find out, let Pat know. So then we can go from there.
I'm definitely good.
You're gonna go? You're gonna go?
This will be the first one I've ever gone to of anything
So
like this in
that's
years.
4 of us. Is Linda or Jeff going?
No, personally, I would rather see Dr. Curtis or Dr. Westby, or someone that's in Weymouth to go, to be at the table. Okay.
So would be inviting Dr. Westby and Dr. Curtis?
One,
Yes.
2, 3, 4,
Oh, that lovely guy
5,
that young
6,
fellow.
7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if it's Linda, Jimmy, or the warden, deputy warden, 2 counselors, Dr. Curtis and Martha, and maybe Dr. Westby and his wife.
3 counselors.
Yeah, there's gonna be 3.
Linda and AJ Hughes on.
Me.
Yeah.
So 5, no, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, he's from Halifax,
I'm
the
not
other way.
going.
So there's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 counselors.
All council except for Matthew's gonna go.
Yeah.
And then
5, 6, Dr. Curtis and his wife, and Dr. Westby and his wife, that means 8.
That's it, maybe I'll gonna start hitting up Frenchies for some nicer coats.
Volleyball regionals and dance-a-thon all on the same night.
Dance a lot.
Wow, they had their dance recital and
Oh, that's right.
volleyball
promised.
provincial, so.
Which dance recital? Not the dance recital, that's not the Dippy, that same one that my kids are at.
where
I'm gonna have to rethink this because last year,
And that was 6
I got a
p.m.,
lot
right?
of flack for missing it. What the hell? I might have to go back to it.
Okay. One more thing I wanted to mention about this is that I think it would be where we're inviting Dr. Westby and Dr. Curtis. I think we should invite Dr. Black, and if we need to buy an extra ticket, then we
Yeah.
go do it. So be it.
That's
And Dr. Black and his wife.
Yeah.
And there might be, he's going for the dance thing, I
But
think.
there's only gonna be 8 to the table, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is Halifax?
To make it difficult.
Well, I want us to do the invitation, and we'll figure out the logistics afterwards. But
Yeah, I can always stay home.
Here's what we're saying, David. Jeez.
I'll do it. I'll sacrifice for everybody else.
Sacrifice for the cause.
Yeah.
We'll just stick you at another table.
Well, you do that anyway.
And Chrissy's got it.
sacrifice for the cause.
Oh, membership fee.
Okay, the next,
Well, first we'll look at it.
we'll work it out. Anyway, the next thing is the Atlantic Mayor's Congress membership. Membership April 1st, 2019 to March 31st. So,
That was brought forward to, as a discussion, that was something that we were gonna try for a couple of years and determine whether or not it was worth continuing the membership.
Remember Linda found it useful, how about you, Jim?
I still feel it's valuable. I do. And like when I went the last time, I brought back information and gave to you. So, they only meet twice a year. So I still think it's worthwhile for the municipality to be a part of it.
I agree. I'll make a motion to pay this, or are we gonna push this through the budget process? I think we'll just make a motion.
Yeah.
Motion to pay $750 for the, Atlantic Mayor's Congress.
Second.
Award.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. Okay, the next on the agenda is correspondence from the Digby Regional High School. And this is on behalf of DRH and 3 students attending the Canadian Student Leadership Conference. We would like to thank the Municipal Council for its contribution of $750.
I was really happy to do that. That's, these things are so good for these kids. I can't say enough about these programs. And these are really good kids. I saw them down working at the Sobeys, helping people load their bags for 50-cent tips.
Mhm.
So they're working themselves. I like seeing that. I love seeing a child labor.
Child labor.
I am. It's cheap.
I'm a fan of child labor.
It's just if it's cheap, though. Not expensive.
All right, we're going to move on. Advisory committees, minutes and reports. You got the Remo October minutes. Is there any questions? The next is we're going to go to the Heritage. I'll go to Matt. You can speak on that.
Yeah, got the documents here this afternoon. Sorry about the tardiness here. We've got 2 recommendations coming from the Heritage. One is for Riverside Baptist Church Municipal Heritage Registration Application. I want to recommend to council to accept the application to register the Riverside Baptist Church as a municipal heritage property based on its age, 1873, architectural merits and importance the church has with regards to the early Baptist movement in the region and Weymouth community history. Pictures of the Baptist church there, the original windows, all that stuff. It needs some work. And it gets used a bit in the summertime. I wanna fix it up better.
Okay.
Other,
So is that a motion? You wanna do that?
that's a motion to council, yeah.
Do you have a seconder? Is there any questions? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye. Approved.
Then I have a second one. Motion to request to build an addition to the former Captain Anthony building as presented in the building plan by the owner. So it's a building down in Bear River by the Cherry Brook Grocery. And they originally had a back piece on it. They want to rebuild that back to the original way.
So permission to make it look even more like it originally was.
Exactly, yeah.
That would be the property just before you go over the bridge on the right-hand side.
We used to have pigeons in it there for a while.
So you made that as a motion? Yep. Do we have a seconder?
Seconded.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Approved.
Thank you.
Okay, we're now gonna go to the joint intermunicipal committees, minutes and reports. The Digby Area Recreation, you've got the February minutes, March Recreation Director, Facility Manager, and Active Living reports. Are there any questions or comments? None. You've got the Digby Municipal Fire Association firefighter statistics and December 2018 minutes. Is there any questions? If not, we'll go to the next, is Western Counties Regional Library. You've got the minutes for December of 2018. Is there any questions? Okay, we're gonna go on to the outside boards, committees, minutes, and reports. Digby Area Tourism Association, you've got the February Marketing and Board of Directors minutes. Any questions? I just want to say it was good to see that they were able to go down to Boston again with Bay Ferries, and I think that that's great that they're able to do that. It helps promote this region.
They didn't see it, they get the second person to go next year, they said they only had one, they didn't have time.
Well, they're planning this year to bring a second person.
They weren't busy, they were so busy they couldn't do some of the Facebook and stuff that they did the year before, when Greg was going around doing that. It was
Okay.
nice.
The next, the Digby Harbor Port Association, you've got the February minutes. Is there any questions?
Hard.
Boat you can't get rid of or something.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna wait to see what's going on there, because I would have had a different opinion than the rest of the group on who to charge for that boat being bought. I think I would have probably charged that.
You can't, the way it's set up, you can't charge the owner, you charge the captain.
Yeah, it's a little bit under, yeah, I think I would charge whoever bought it, and that's what I would do.
Yeah,
whoever-
but I mean, under,
It's by law, it's got to be the owner, David.
they're saying it's by captain.
It's different, it's different places. And you're confusing your boat in Sandy Cove, I think it's slightly different than the boat in the harbor. That was brought over.
So before when I was there, it was always by the owner.
It appears, based on the notes of this, that they've changed that since both of
Okay.
our time on that board, or with that
Okay.
organization.
Anything else on that? If not, Southwest Biosphere Society, you got the February Director's Report and the February 2019 minutes.
Seemed like they're pretty busy, actually. I was kind of surprised, a whole different organization when I was on it.
Seems like a lot going on anyway.
We don't stop.
Is there a paid director, is there somebody paid?
We had Brian Mood, who was paid. We got it through a grant. Brian is now leaving us. So we gotta start it all over. We had a 2.5-hour conference call last week. We have at least a 2-hour conference call tomorrow. There's a lot of work going on.
You're a saint, Linda.
Oh, it's hard to imagine one
I'm not a saint.
fellow kind of organizing out and keeping all that, and meetings and travel.
I mean, yeah.
What I'm impressed is how
We
it's,
need somebody that can do that.
Well, we do, desperately. What were you gonna say, David?
nothing important, I'm sure.
All right, we're going to go on to the Upper Clements Park Society. You've got the minutes from January and February 2019. Any questions? Has there been any updates yet to know whether they've gotten any additional funding?
We have one for $11,000 from East of the Valley. We got $50,000. We've got some money coming in, and the province it's looking positive for the province. We're gonna need it to get the things up to snuff. It's gonna be a year to put the paint on and get those rides up and running. That's what killed us last year was that, so everything should be good, ready to rock and
The
roll.
Nova Scotia Works people, have they started working yet?
No, that's gonna start here in the next month, yeah.
What a good
Yeah,
idea that was.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big help like that, so. It's our biggest
Good to have a-
expense is salaries, so I mean,
Oh, yeah. Salaries is everything.
Yeah.
get some help. That's what we need.
Okay. Any other questions on that? If not, we're going to go into the Councillor District Activity Report, and I'll start with Councillor Tudor.
I've been helping a few people, in regards to, recently, widowed, and, I was told that, they were told to come see David for keeping care of the house and making sure, and yes, I was able to put through to a a few different programs and things, because, you know, now it's one income and he was with Armor before. A few things along those lines, and, you know, really optimistic and hopeful about the school on the islands. Me and Bobby Morgan both wrote a letter. We both took sort of a different angle. Mine a little more friendly, a little more serious. And the food bank is, I'm talking to a couple people, and we're going to hopefully up-ramp it to a real deal food bank rather than an emergency or very sick people food bank. So that's working along. Been working with the local church quite a bit lately, sort of more solidifying our relationship, I guess. We've been at it together for 8 years now, and we're starting to, we're getting along pretty good. You know, we trust each other. So between that and still working on, I got a call just yesterday from Ontario. They're still working on a little bit on the ferry approaches, which is a multi-year endeavor. So things are working out quite well. Hopefully we'll be getting a couple of kids. Someone from away is moving down to work, and they have 3 children, and bringing 3 kids, so that's really exciting. We're really hopeful about that, and we've been doing really well with getting along with each other. I find the villages, it's still a struggle. We're still in battles all the time, because there's a lot of groups and a lot of strong feelings, but I find that we're really getting along better, and we're doing better with not fighting, knee-jerk fighting like we used to so much. And I find everybody's like that. All the groups we've all mellowed, or we're all getting old. The average age style is 10 years older. We're a pleasant bunch as a result. Maybe. There you go. So I've been very busy, and people have been calling me lots, and I've been all over the place seeing people.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Councilor Manzer.
Back earlier in March, we had a meeting with Erin Kamal from works for the library. She came up to the Weymouth Library and met with myself, the CEO, and some of the rustic crafters about putting up some panels like we have here for displaying your artwork. The Weymouth Waterfront Development, they had a meeting, and they've got Wake Up Weymouth going, trying to get people's ideas of what they could do to kind of enhance the area a little bit. And they've got meetings next week and the week after. And I've also been working on my door-to-door survey through Weymouth North, about the sewer thing. So almost done. We've got about 18 or 22 homes done.
Okay, good. Councilor Ross.
I've been busy taking phone calls and emails.
Moving tires out of holes.
Yep, that's right. Moving tires out of potholes. Of course, we always get that this time of the year. I've been working with some people at the cemetery in Barton. Been at a few breakfasts and doing meetings and keeping busy. Really busy. Really busy month.
Gordon Gregory.
At the end of last month, I volunteered with the curling group for the seniors masters in male and female. Actually, it was a lot of fun. It was dark. I mean, we felt it was important to try to help out. I also attended a police association meeting in Truro, where there's lots going on. Let's see. I went on St. Paddy's Day to a coffee party just to have fun of wearing green. I'm thinking, really, am I here? I attended a couple of benefits. I went to Seniors Day last month to help out, and otherwise, there's been a lot of concern in the area about how bad the roads are. And what I'm thinking about doing is putting on Facebook, if you want the best roller coaster ride, come to the top of the mountain and just ride to Floating. It will be the best ride you've ever had.
Remember I circled a bunch with paint one time many years ago, and that helped?
So anyway, there is a huge concern, actually in the whole municipality. And, the other concern, of course, is, what is, happening, with zoning. Believe it or not, like suddenly there is some signs going up that saying commercial property for sale. We don't have zoning for commercial property if it isn't in the Conway area. And I received a call about some commercial property being sold. And I told them, we don't zone, so we can't tell you it's commercial property.
You're talking about the signs that are in Conway?
No, they're not in Conway, they're outside of Conway. And I told them, as bylaw chair, we have not looked at the whole municipality yet, so the province is going to be making us. But apparently there's some places now going up saying they have commercial property for sale, not the one in Conway, that is commercial.
I'm thinking the one down here, it's industrial park.
I don't know, I have to go look at what they were telling me before I said. But that's another concern, that's just, how can you have commercial property, like if you looked at open clothing, right? And I said, you can't.
I mean, there's no zoning, so they can use it commercial.
Yeah, that's what I mean, but
Yeah.
you can't suddenly put up a sign and say, this is commercial property for sale.
Yeah, you can, because I kind of think you could, because we have not, we don't designate, so you can
But
designate it yourself.
How can you designate it yourself? That's
You
what
don't-
I'm
you don't-
You
saying.
do either.
Yeah, but it only becomes commercial if you build a commercial building on the
So
property.
there's,
That's what I mean, you
Okay.
can't suddenly
there's
say, I have.
legislative, there's
Yeah, it's not like
legislative.
there's a building on it that was a commercial,
Okay.
okay? That's, so I think it's neat that people wanna go ahead of us and get ahead of things. I don't know if that's.
People are already not happy about it down in my end. I've heard a couple of little suggestions of,
Yeah.
what's this? Why do we have to, blah, like that kind of attitude.
Oh, I understand that, but anyway, I just want to give council a heads up, once I find out more about it, I will be bringing it back, but I told them the only place that commercial property can be sold under our bylaw is Conway. Okay, so that's my wrap up.
Well, for myself, it's been a busy month, mainly dealing with healthcare and with between healthcare and going to funerals of people that have been involved with the municipal office in the last while. I attended Sandy Dennis's funeral in Yarmouth. He was a councillor for the town of Yarmouth, and attended Frank McIntosh's funeral. He was the mayor for 20 years in Digby. And I attended Ben Prince's funeral, who he used to be a councillor here before our time. So just to show respect to Ben and to his family. So,
Yeah, I see what you did.
but what I was going to talk about is there's been a few things with healthcare that's taken place this month. And David, you forgot to talk about going to the Digby Health Coalition session.
Yeah, I did forget. I go so many sessions, I forget when they are sometimes.
Well, I attended the first hour of that session because I went and listened to Doctors Nova Scotia and hear what they had to say about recruitment and the situation we're in. And it was obvious. They told us what we knew already, I believe, and that's the fact that Digby needs 6 doctors, and you can't just bring in 1 or 2 at a time because they'll get gobbled up and they won't work. So you've got to bring in a body of people here to make it work. So I've had 2 meetings, Linda and I have had 2 meetings regarding getting a brochure done for the doctor trade show in Halifax, and it'll be something that we can also use over in St. Andrews. I had a meeting with the mayor and our MLA with Chief Carol Potter up on the Bear River First Nations. And that was a really good meeting, lasted a couple hours, and Councillor Frank Muse was in attendance as well. And we're going to meet on a maybe quarterly basis, try to develop a really strong rapport between the 4 of us,
Wow.
And,
that's amazing.
I talked to them as well about, the Smith Cove Lighthouse and trying to see, or the Bear River Lighthouse in Smith Cove, to see if we can't do something with them to get that property used for, the trailhead. So I plan on having another meeting with the chief and actually asked if it was okay if I had Jonathan Riley go with me, where he's involved with the trails. So we'll do another follow-up on that. And I had a meeting in here with Terry, with representatives from the co-op, a wood co-op, Harold Alexander, and and Mike Gushu is involved in it. And it's to look at ways to have grid stability in the area, and they're looking at like small biomass. So there's an effort like to try to see if we can't get small biomass in some of the provincial buildings in the community, and that would help the local wood harvesters as well to do sustainable wood practice. You really need to go, like Harold when he came and did a presentation here when he came back from Finland, to go and take that procedure, and that's to do two thinnings before you do a mature cut. So that way you got a sustainable forest and it's more responsible. And I think it fits more into line with what the Leahy report is for forestry practices for Nova Scotia. So, and also I went to the senior masters curling to bring greetings on behalf of the municipality for when they had their opening ceremony there. So that's it for me. Okay. I believe we have a personnel issue, so we're going to go in camera. It's very brief, so
Awesome.
can you turn off